Hello, dear friend. Welcome to the C Word podcast. In this space, we know more about the life of Zumba instructors and get useful information for our class. My name is DJ Dani Acosta. Today, I have a very special guest. For me, she has had the most amazing 2022. I'm talking about the Zumba Next Rising Presenter, Morgan Brown. I want to talk to her about all this experience from the beginning with the contest to winning at ZinCon and now having done Zin 102. I want to also talk to her about hip hop and Zumba and insecurities that Zumba instructors face and how to overcome it. Let's go right now to the interview because we have a lot to cover. My friend, thank you so much for taking the invitation to participate on the C Word podcast. I'm super excited to have you here with me today. How are you?
Absolutely. I'm doing great. It was no question, no concern. As soon as you asked, absolutely. Would love to talk to you.
Well, today is December 3, and so it's been 2 days since they published Zin 102. How overwhelming has been these last hours in the social media, in messaging, and in seeing you for the first time. You are sometimes here watching on the computer somebody. Now we're watching you. How do you feel with that?
With social media, I'm still not caught up, so apologies to anybody watching this that I haven't gotten to your message, but I promise I will. It's so much. It's so much love. It's so much support. It just feels amazing. This has been such a dream. I've been choreographing my stuff and posting my stuff on YouTube for years and years and years. So the fact that I was able to make up choreo and it be posted on this platform and shared with the world is beyond my dream.
Wow.
It's amazing. I'm so happy, so grateful.
I can imagine. All right, so we're gonna do some warm-up questions and then we're gonna go to the main topics. You ready for some warm-up questions?
Sure, hit me.
All right, my friend, when and where did you take your first Zumba class? What year was this?
Ooh, what year? I want to say it was 2011. 2011 with my mom. My mom dragged me to a Zumba class when I was visiting home from college. So,
Great. And when you decided to become a Zumba instructor, who was the sis that gave that B1?
I don't know. Okay.
Oh.
There's a story. There's a story to this whole thing. So I was kind of interested in something, like it was fun to do with my mom when I came home from college, but I wasn't thinking about being an instructor at all. And she was like, you need to be an instructor. You need to do it. You would be amazing. I'm like, I'm in college. Like, I'm doing the college thing. I'm not really that interested. She actually signed me up for B1. There's a training that was going to be on my college campus on a Sunday. She was like, you're going. Here's your registration. She paid for it. She was like, you better be there. I had no idea what to expect. I had no idea it was a whole day thing. I didn't know anything. So I just showed up.
Great. And what year was that? What year you became a Zumba instructor?
2012.
2012.
No, 2011. It was 2011.
So you've been for more than 10 years giving Zumba classes?
No.
Well, at least you have your license. You've been
yes.
in the world of Zumba for around a decade. Wow,
Yes,
that's amazing.
Yes.
And in these years, doing classes and learning, maybe who has been an inspiration for you during this time? What's an instructor that you look after for their choreos or inspiration in general?
There's so many. Because everybody brings something different to the table, and that's what I love about Zumba. Like, there's no one cookie cutter instructor. You have so many. So, I mean, Jamie Bueno is everything. Like, I'm mesmerized every time I watch her. Gina and Dario for their choreo and their swag and their delivery of things. Fantastic. Loretta Bates, just in general.
Loretta Bates, yeah.
Loretta Bates, Cass and Steve, for the way that they're able to connect with students, whether it's 10 or 10,000.
Okay.
Same, so that's amazing. Ronnie for the way he's able to cue and present. Same with Prince and Madele. Like it's just so many. I can go down the
Well,
list.
I can see that you have troubles going on convention and trying to choose where to go because you like everybody.
Yes, yes,
Yeah, problems with the schedule used to happen for
yes.
sure. This
Yes.
is an interesting question. What is the rhythm that you think that flows best to you? The one that you feel that you can easily go dancing?
What rhythm?
Yeah, what rhythm just flows on you?
I would say anything pop, hip hop, and R&B, only because that's what I've grown up on.
All right.
Like I didn't know salsa or merengue or cumbia. Like I didn't know any of those rhythms until I started doing Zumba.
Good.
So
So that's the next question. So what is the rhythm that challenged you the most?
challenge, challenge.
Or maybe where you don't feel as most comfortable, but you have tried.
I would say the one that's most challenged me and I'm still learning is samba.
Samba. Wow.
Samba, batucada, like anything Brazilian, it's it's a never ending learning process. So I love it. It's
Okay.
hard, but I like
Sounds
it.
great. Okay, and imagine that they're gonna invite you to a Saturday night show and something, and you can only pick one song. You're gonna dance one song right now, right now. Doesn't have to be the most favorite, but right now, if you have to dance just one song in a TV show, which one will be?
What? It's a terrible question. It's so hard.
Ah.
Okay, I'm gonna pick one from Zin 102 because it's the most recent. It's the most recent project I've worked on, and I'm gonna say Boom. Boom by Prince.
Boom, boom. Oh,
Boom.
yes, yes. Well,
That's what I'm gonna say.
amazing. All right, those were the warm up questions. So, are you ready for more?
I don't know. Let me take a sip of water.
Okay, so what we are very interested is all this experience with the Zumba Next Rising Presenter. This is a process that started like at the beginning of the year, have the process on SynCon, and now we're seeing the results on the Zin 102 volume. What an incredible experience! Congratulations again! Like we were super happy. Let me tell you one thing. Maybe you see me here and expressing, but when I'm outside of these headphones, I'm a very quiet person. And the moment that I saw that you won, I jump out of the chair. I was, yes, that's my friend. Like it was amazing. Now, I have a couple questions that I would like to know about this process. And my first question is for the beginning of the Zumba Next Rising Presenter, when they opened the contest, was this something that you wanted to do or somebody inspired you to do it?
The first, so I auditioned 3 times. So I've
Oh,
auditioned 3 different years. And the third year, I finally got it. The first time was all of the times. I really wanted to do it. I loved the idea of what the platform could bring. I wanted to learn more and learn one on one from Cass and Steve. That's not something that I would typically have access to.
uh huh.
So I really wanted to learn more about how to be this all rounded instructor and get that feedback from them. And then, like I said, it was just the platform. What could that do for my career? So I definitely, it was a me thing for sure. Yeah.
Okay. And when it comes that you are one of the finalists, when you receive this news, what do you start to focus? Like now you know that you're gonna participate in the final. So what do you start thinking? What maybe do you want to work for this? What do you start focusing on?
My first, okay, I'm going to tell you my first initial thought was, what songs am I going to do? I only have 8 minutes to make an impression, to make this whole experience show who Mojo is.
Mm-hmm.
So what songs are those? And I spent like weeks trying to figure out like which songs I was going to do. Like it was madness. You know, I have so many songs. You've provided me mixes, like all types of mixes. Like, what am I going to do?
My
What am
God.
I going to do? That was the biggest thing for me.
I can imagine having the opportunity, a big opportunity in 8 minutes. It's
Yes,
I mean, I hope nobody put me in the spot like, what mix can I present for 8 minutes? It will be super hard to choose.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, so we get to the SynCon in August, and we have the sessions. You guys have the practice, and I can imagine all the emotions going through because you know that I think the class was on Saturday, correct?
Yes.
So how are you managing your emotions, like yeah, your anxieties and the chills? How are you managing this while in convention? Because I had the opportunity to cross paths with you, seeing you in a couple sessions, but I could feel that you were like, I'm focusing on the next Rising Presenter. I see you like this. She's like on her way.
So number one, it was very hard to be present at convention before our presentation of the session. So we still had our schedule that we could go to and participate in these jams and these classes and these learning experiences. And it was really hard because number one, I wanted to dance. Like we haven't been at convention for years. I wanted to dance. I wanted to just run around the room. Like I wanted to fully engage. And I know that if I had done that, by the time I got to Saturday, I'd be completely burned out. My legs would be sore. My body would be sore. Like all these things. So having to taper that out was really hard. Very hard. And then just to make sure that I was staying in good health and good spirits because it's a lot of people. We're coming back from 2 years of no convention.
Mm-hmm.
For me, 2 years of not being around people. So germs and like all of that too. So look, if I get sick before the presentation, I'm going to be so angry. So
Nice.
it's that. And then you're right, it's the anxiety of it. It's like, okay, the day is coming, the day is coming, the day is coming. You start
Oh,
second guessing. Okay, this movement, is this really going to be good? You've seen the other presenter sets and you have to learn theirs too because you're backing them up. So not only do you have your choreo, but then you have theirs too. And
mm.
you don't want to mess up their choreo to make them look bad.
The,
So it's like,
yeah, a fair chance. Like, everybody has to participate, and you have to do right for you and for
yes,
everybody.
yes.
I was interested to know a little bit what is the work of Stephen Cass behind the curtains when you are training, when you are preparing for this. What is the work maybe in the coaching side, also on the dancing side? Because I mean, I really admire that they take this seriously from beginning to end, like from
Yes.
choosing and to delivering. These two guys are very hard workers. So I would like to know what can we know about what they do while you are preparing for doing the show.
Yeah, absolutely. So as soon as we're chosen and the finalists are chosen, we are put into this group message on WhatsApp with them. We
Okay,
have their phone numbers, their direct phone numbers, and their emails. So if you ever have any questions or concerns, they are 100% there. They get back to you, and they're very upfront, honest, and genuine with it. It's not like the frou-frou stuff. They have very meaningful things to share with us
great,
individually, which is really cool. They really take time to get to know us, to get to know how we move, how we think with choreo, all of that. So before we get there, we actually film our choreo sets and send it to them
okay,
first
okay,
so that they can look at it. They are there. They've been doing this for years and years and years, as we know, right? And
correct,
they've presented all around the world, thousands, hundreds of thousands of people. So they know what is going to work in the choreo with large groups, what is going to translate on stage, what stage presence you need. Do you need more? Do you need less? Like they know all those intricacies. So they look at the choreo and they kind of fine tune things for us. Whether, hey, this works in your class, but at this event scale, this is going to be too complicated.
got it.
You got to trim it down. We got to. They're so great at it. And to meet them in person, and even for the rehearsals, to take what they said via video, to apply it, and to come to rehearsal with them, to practice it, and from there, even more fine tuning, even more encouragement with things. All of that. They really get their hands dirty. It's awesome.
Okay,
It's
well,
awesome.
great. Shout out to Kaz and Steve for
Yes.
that. I really admire these two, and so really, really big shout out to them. So, okay, we passed the class and we hear all these, everybody talking about the next Rising Presenter. And oh, you got me overwhelmed with that Rihanna choreo. That Rihanna choreo has been for the last 3 months. DJ Danny, where I can find Morgan song. Like, I don't know, but what you did finding that song like was a boom. Like you really got a great impression. So that was amazing. Now you are in line with your other friends to know who's gonna be the winner, and they say your name. What comes into your mind when they say Morgan? Like because we saw you like you almost passed out. What comes to your mind like in a moment of such incredible emotion, happiness? What happened in your mind?
I could not believe that my name had been called. I had actually convinced myself that someone else was going to win. Just based on the feedback and reaction of the room, I had thought somebody else was going to win. So I was very excited for them, for any, if it wasn't going to be me, for any of them to win. I would have had the same hype and energy and reaction because they all killed it. But I genuinely was not expecting it. It'd be me. So when they said my name, it was like a what just happened. Wait, are you serious?
Yeah,
And
wow.
on top of that, it was I worked so hard. Like it's so much work, so much to the point of discouraging myself and wanting to quit Zumba years before. Like so in all of that culminating in this one moment of like, you did it, you made it.
Mm.
It was a lot. And so that heaviness of what is happening, like is this real
Yes.
life?
It
It
is
was a
from
lot.
great.
Yeah.
Moving forward, okay, you're the winner, and we received the great news that all of you are gonna participate in the Scene 102. Like everybody was super excited. So, as I mentioned before, one thing is that we wait 2 months and we get in front of the computer to watch somebody deliver a new Zin volume. But how does it feel now to go to the studio to have the camera looking at you and that you have to give us the chorus to us now that you were gonna be recording a volume? My question is, yeah, how does it feel to be in front of a camera?
Okay, let me tell you, I did not know the amount of work that goes into producing a Zen volume. Just like you, all these years, watch the volume, like, yeah, it's so great, the set's so great, and I love this choreo, I kind of like this choreo. No, like all this critique of it from this side of the screen. But being on the other end, my mind imploded. I have so much respect to every single person that has done a Zen volume before this, whether it's been live or one on one.
Mm-hmm.
So many props. It is such a fast paced, um, excruciating at times process
Oh my.
because you get the music. Sometimes they change the music when you've made the choreo and they're like, we're not gonna do that song. We're gonna do something else. It's like,
Wow.
okay.
Wow.
Sometimes it's very last minute. Like you get there and you're like, we have one more song that we want to add to the volume. Do you think you can do it? It's like, sure.
Oh my.
Yeah. It's on our end, and I don't know if it's for the other people, but for us, we actually had to submit our choreo to Nathan first. So he had to watch it.
Okay, so
That was
that's my next question. So
yeah.
for you to create chorus for the Sim volume, do you do your chorus by yourself or you join powers with the other instructors and you were building like in group? How do
Yeah,
you?
so for our volume, since we had so many people, what they did was assign us specific songs. So the person, whoever is in front middle, was the choreographer of
Uh,
the week. The ones that had duos, like Monotonia and Simply the Best, were collab choreos.
okay. All right. Good to know that. Um, is there any story behind this volume before recording, in recording, like anything that you remember that could be a funny moment?
Oh, um, a funny moment.
Or I mean, let's say so. I see the volume was recorded in Miami, and I get to see you went to City Zero, and
Yes.
you're hanging out with these guys. And now before the volume, the makeup, choosing the clothes, this and this, or maybe how many hours took to record the volume? Was just recording one day? Was couple sessions? How this went?
Yes, so we actually had a rehearsal day before where we met with Alexa Sizzle, and she, made sure like our transitions, our positioning, all that stuff. So all the tedious, like very check by check things are
Uh-huh.
already done ahead of time the day before. We come in the next day and we film the whole thing.
The
It was one
whole
day.
the whole thing in one day. Great. Okay, here's my question. What happens? I mean, maybe if it happened in one song, did you guys maybe made a mistake in the choreo and you have to record again, or this is like a one shot only? Here you go.
Well, we strive for one take, but but if you make a mistake, it depends on how large the mistake is. Sometimes we're all human. All of us dance are human. So there are bound to be, little hiccups and things like that. They have no problem with it. Everybody is super gracious. The production team is really nice. Everybody's okay. So if you make a mistake, we just cut, we reset, we start either from the beginning, wherever it is in the song, or we can kind of trim it, start from the middle, and redo it. It depends.
All right.
I will say, I think I was the one that had the most takes. It was the warm up. The warm up was the first one we recorded. I was so anxious, and the warm up is long. So
Yeah.
having to remember, and there's no repetitiveness, like it's different moves for 8 minutes. And I made up the choreography, so I'm like, okay, I have to remember all of this. And we got so close to the end, so close to the end, and I messed up. And I was like, no, we're almost done. And I think we had to redo the warm up like 5 times. I could not get the move right. I don't know what happened. Practice, it was fine. I had it. Making it up, I had it. I got in front of the camera, and my brain every time was just like, nope, don't remember the move. Don't know how to move the feet. I don't know how to do this.
Okay.
Yes, it was me.
Okay, very nice, but I think the end result was great. I always keep busy doing mixes, and sometimes I don't have the time to watch the volume. But I say was on Thursday. I'm gonna watch the volume. Like no matter what, today I'm gonna make time, and I have a lot of fun because it was new faces. I was excited, and the music from the past volumes has been for me an incredible upgrade from the original music to the collaborations, the artists that have jumped in. Like the music has been incredible, and I think that all the classes are benefiting from this. So congratulations to Zumba on the Scene 102
Yes.
volume.
Yes. Thank you so
Yes.
much. You guys did it.
Okay, to close the chapter on the Zumba Next Rising Presenter for the 2023, what tips? What tip can you give to someone that wants to participate? Something that brings value to them for the next edition.
I would say don't be afraid to audition. I think some people are a little intimidated by the scope of it, or, oh, look at the people that won, or look at the people that were finalists. I'm not like them. I can't do that. Never, I'm looking at the camera when I tell you this. Audition. Don't underestimate yourself. Please put yourself out there. Zumba is always looking for new people, new talent, people that want to grow, that want to learn. So if that's you, please apply. What happens if you don't make it? I didn't make it twice. The third time I finally made it.
Wow.
Audition, please, please. If you have any second, just do it. Jump right in. Dive in. That's us.
Amazing. Nothing better can be said. Okay, I want to move to other two topics. and of course to get to know more about you. I've been scrolling on your social media, and I've been laughing to see the videos. Shout out to your husband because I think he's super funny on the videos with you, and your friends and everybody.
Yeah.
and and if I see a lot of things from your social media is hip hop and R&B is part of what you grew with. But what I wanted to talk is that for me, hip hop and reggaeton are kind of cousins in Zumba, but they have an issue, of course, and I think that instructors sometimes don't use hip hop because many songs could have explicit language, or they don't know how to integrate. So I wanted to ask you, what flavor do you think that hip hop brings to Zumba? What is a way that we can use more hip hop? Because as I say, I think that the instructor has put like a boundary. Maybe because of course Zumba started being a Latin program, but we're evolving to be a worldwide music program. What is your intake about hip hop and Zumba?
Yeah, so I think it's always been one of those like niche things because, as you said, Zumba is a Latin-based workout. So when it first started, I believe there was some ratio of like 80% of the music had to be Latin and then
Hmm.
20% could be whatever else.
Right.
I think, well, I know that that has changed. Okay, that ratio has changed. Everybody, if you didn't know, it's I think 80% world rhythms. So it's not just Latin. They definitely want you to keep, and it's imperative that you always have a merengue, a salsa, a reggaeton, and a cumbia. Every playlist, no matter what. And then you can have a samba, Brazilian funk, Afro beats, a bongra. You can have anything else, and then the other 20% be, I think, like the pop, the hip hop, like that type of thing. I think with that transition,
Mm-hmm.
um, it's been still a little like but Zumba, like you know.
Okay. Yeah.
I
Okay.
also think with hip hop sometimes it's not just about the moves, it's about the attitude of it. Then you have to bring that. And
Okay.
I think it's a little difficult sometimes.
To have the attitude.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, it
Yes.
is
I
difficult
agree.
sometimes.
I I,
So
I agree.
what I will commend Zumba for doing, and shout out to Gina and Dario, Mauricio, Prince and Medell for seeing that problem and addressing it with the get down jam sessions. I think that was such a genius thing to do and something amazing for Zumba to incorporate in the programs because that's what they focus on. They focus on the hip hop, the pop, the attitude, the swag, and the sass of bringing those things to your classes and making it tangible for
Mm-hmm.
everybody, not just hip hop heads, not just pop people, for everyone to be able to do it.
Okay. The next question is not mine. The next question is the community question for you, and is that if you had the opportunity to become a get down jammer, would you take the shot?
Who asked you that? Who sent that in?
I told you, hey, it's we see hip hop. We know some, For example, me, I learned a couple of songs from you, because I see is hip hop is not my main taste. But so I just wanted to know if you get this chance to become a get down jammer. What's the answer?
What I would say is whatever the community wants me to do and whatever Zumba asks me and gives me the opportunity to do, I will serve the community. I will do it.
Okay.
That's my answer.
Okay, I mean, can I deduct that after this experience of the Zumba Next Rising Presenter, where you had to be shaped, well, let's say that you took a lot of your fears or things out because you learned that you can evolve a lot into this program. I see from you like an attitude like, yes, let's do it. Like, we already passed through something very hard. Let's do the next.
Yes, absolutely. We've gotten through the hardest things. I've faced so much. So it's like, why not?
Why not?
Just do
Okay,
it.
amazing. We look forward what's gonna bring next year.
There you go.
Another topic that I found very interesting when I was reading a couple of your posts is that you want always to inspire people You want to tell them about to embrace and accept their bodies, their image, have self love.
Yes.
So I was reading actually that you posted that before you went to the to record the 102 volume, you were facing some insecurities, how you look, how you feel, am I gonna do it right? So that's what I wanted to talk. Insecurities of a Zumba instructor.
Yeah.
Which ones have you faced and how have you overcome these insecurities?
So I think one of the biggest ones, and it's always been a challenge, and it's kind of a daily struggle, even outside of Zumba, is what my body looks like my body shape, how much or how little weight I have on my body, things like that. I have what's called body dysmorphia. So what my body actually looks like is not what I see in the mirror.
Oh my.
Um, it has stemmed from like middle school, high school. I was a ballet dancer for most of my life. And so having to stay in that image, that skinniness, everything nice and tight and very, very nitpicky about how my body looks. And then that affected what I ate, how much I ate, all of that. It's a lot. So it's a constant battle. I genuinely appreciate the fact that Zumba has diversified what people can look like in regards to marketing, in regards to who they put on Zin volumes and jams and like all of that stuff. There's a variety of people, of colors, of body types, of genders. They've grown and blossomed so much, and that's beautiful. It is for me, myself, a mental battle that I have to constantly go in.
Okay.
So that's why when I'm feeling those things, I feel like it's important to be vocal about it and to share it because I don't want to hide it anymore because it gives it power. When you hide those things and you
It's
keep it to yourself, you're more likely to lose the battle with yourself because it's you against you.
correct. I think it was both for you to acknowledge because I think of course it's not only you. I think
Yeah.
generally when you are exposed to public, you think about that all the time. I can say that I think the same for me. Of course, that sometimes I have insecurities if I'm doing the work right, if I look good, this and this. So definitely, it's great to acknowledge this because everybody get together and say, "Ah, you're doing great, actually." Like, and I feel supported.
Yeah.
Um, so what source or what do you recommend to treat, for example, these insecurities? Talking to friend, taking some. What do you do for this?
What do I do? Well, first off, I'm very, like I said, I'm very vocal with it. I do put it out there because, like you said, other people go through it too. So I want people to not feel like they're alone. But when I'm vocal about it, it's really cool how many people have gone through that already or are currently in it and can speak to that thing that's talking to me that I can't battle.
Mm-hmm.
So it's great for online like that. My husband, of course, is always there, and he kind of sees the trend, so he kind of sees it before it actually hits. So he's already like on the money with it. My best friend and instructor friend Tam is always on it too. She always kind of senses it's coming with the internet, so she is also very vocal. It's really cool to have a community of people that can speak to it. So there's that. Um, and then it is for me what I challenged myself for 2022 to battle this was if I don't feel secure in my body, if I feel like I'm having quote unquote a fat day,
Mm-hmm.
instead of throwing on a t-shirt, a large oversized t-shirt, and covering it up because I feel fat, I put on something that's very exposed
Gotcha.
just to battle it out because you can't hide from it. When I hide from something, when I hide from this thing, it eats me and I lose every time. I don't want to lose anymore. So
Wow.
if I show up to the battle, like, okay, I might feel bad, but here I am. Here's my body. Here we go. Like, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do about it? That thing, it messes with you. Like, but wait, she's wearing a sports bra and leggings. What is going on? Like, so
Right.
that's been my challenge. So I encourage you to do the things that are opposite of what is being told in your head negatively. Do the opposite of that.
Wow.
Like, basically do the opposite. Yeah.
Well, amazing. To close this interview, I would like to know, you have an amazing 2022, and now we're looking forward to 2023. What is a goal that you have for the next months, the year? What do you want to achieve in the coming days?
I actually, okay, so to be honest, I actually haven't sat down and written my goals yet, which is shame on me. But I'm gonna get on it. I would love for 2023 to continue to have the experience to share creativity and choreo with people. I would love that. If it's getting back to posting on YouTube regularly, which I fell off of, I think that's going to be one of my goals, to continue to grow my channel with my stuff. I would love, 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 love to start traveling and to do this in person. It's so much joy seeing people do their things, do my choreo in their classes. Like, people are already posting videos of them doing boot with their students.
Yes.
And that makes my heart burst. Like, I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is freaking amazing. Like, it's so cool. And I can't imagine what that feels like to actually be there. See it. Like, these people who have no idea who I am, they just know they love this choreo. And that they already know it.
Great.
That's what I want to do. Travel.
Amazing. I want to also remind the people that is watching, if you're planning to assist to SynCon 2023, that Morgan will have her own session for SynCon 2023. And again, as a public statement, I will be the DJ for that session. I say 1,000 times that I was going to participate as the DJ for that session.
Yeah. So make sure you're there. I already have this beautiful vision. I want it to be Mojo and friends.
Nice.
So what friends am I going to invite? So you have to be there. It's going to be so much love. It's just going to be a celebration of.
For sure, it will be a celebration. Everybody invited. Can you remind us, please, your social networks, where we find you on YouTube, so people can go and watch your content?
Yes. So YouTube is now Dance Fitness with Mojo, because I've included other choreos that may not be for Zumba. So you can get all things there. And you know what's crazy? The Rihanna routine was actually posted on YouTube, I think, 4 years ago.
Wow.
And that was already up and out to the world already before all of this. So yes, Dance Fitness with Mojo on YouTube, Instagram, Mo_Joe_Bromo, and then Facebook is Morgan Brown Zumba. Is my Zumba.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. I'm super honored. What a great way to finish 2022. Very excited. I hope that we get to collaborate doing more warm-ups mixes and of course on SynCon. And for the people that is watching us right now, remember to subscribe to the channel so you can check the next interviews, get to know more about Zumba instructors, and have more useful information for class. This was the C World Podcast, DJ Danny Acosta and Morgan Brown. Thank you so much.
Thank you, DJ Danny. You're amazing. Bye, guys.